As the fall semester comes to a close, St. John's University will be making a fresh start next semester with a new president. Father Brian Shanley will succeed Dr. Bobby Gempesaw in February. Father Shanley, thank you so much for being with us today. So, Father, there's an interesting story behind how you ended up coming to St. John's after spending 15 years at Providence College. Can you tell us how a student helped you make the move?
Well, one thing I've learned in my life is if you want to make God laugh is tell him your plans. So when I was stepping down as president of Providence College, I didn't really have a plan. I just said to God, show me what you want me to do. And in the middle of August, I forget the exact date, I got a phone call from the headhunting firm doing the search at St. John's and said that somebody had nominated me to be the next president of St. John's. And I subsequently came to find out that it was the parent of a PC alum whose kid had said to her father, why aren't they asking Father Shanley about St. John's? And that's what led me to being the next president of St. John's, was a former student asking her father why St. John's isn't looking at Father Shanley. And the rest is history. Here I am.
And what are some of the things you implemented in Providence that you plan to bring here to St. John's?
Well, I think one of the things that we did at Providence since I've been here is created better connections with alumni. And that's something that's going to be a challenge in a COVID time, but St. John's has a huge alumni base, and trying to figure out how to connect to 150,000 people in the middle of a pandemic and create a sense of connection between alums and the campus, I think that's going to be really important for St. John's going forward.
Now you're making the transition during a difficult time. A national survey released today finds college enrollment was down 22% this fall over last year. So how do you plan to keep enrollment up during the pandemic?
Well, that's a challenge everywhere. It's not going to be a peculiar challenge at St. John's. And I think the big challenges that we're going to have at St. John's concerns how do we do remote learning, because it's likely that in the spring semester learning will still be largely remote. And that means trying to figure out how to get students access to technology, how to keep students socially connected with each other. I think everybody's feeling isolation, from professors to students, and what we need to figure out how to do as best we can is keep a sense of connection and community at St. John's. And I'm looking forward to working all my might to try to make that happen in the spring.
Now the students have already started a long winter break. Will this help you prepare for next semester? And how will you prepare considering almost everything is virtual?
Well, I think the virtual nature of reality, which is what we're dealing with right now, is what the new normal is for at least for the next few months until we get a vaccine. So I think the big challenge for me is to how do I make connections with the community at St. John's? How do I get to know the students, the faculty and staff? Because the first thing you do when you arrive on a campus is try to learn the local culture. And so I'm going to try everything I can to do that, and hopefully we'll be in a position where I could do some of this in person. So depending upon what the circumstances are, we're going to do our best to try to create connections.
Father Brian Shanley, President-elect at St. John's University, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
If you're watching Currents News on YouTube, be sure to hit the subscribe button and click on the bell to get updates to all of our newest content, because we are putting your faith in the news.